Welcome to our podcast, episode 124 on positivity slash the positive brain. And now the verses is at the beginning versus, the end, because this is part two. So check out the last part, which was in the To Be Human podcast. But now on to positivity slash, the positive brain. So, positivity is when, things are good. Happy stuff, the good of life versus, the bad, which, is usually what I cover on this podcast is more of stuff I like, positive stuff instead of negative stuff. So, yeah. Um, so, uh, by the positive brain, what do I mean? Well, I guess stuff we perceive as positive with our brain, either good memories or, good thoughts, you know, a thing like a happy place, what's your happy place? For me, honestly, I'm not certain what my happy place would be. Maybe like somewhere like, back in the past with, my friends, in VR chat, either like the Rogers gang or, you know, good friends like Chickista, like while they were still around, you know, remembering the good times is, probably, my happy place, but yeah, again, that always seems to lead to inevitably, remembering the sad parts. So a lot of my happy places are often tainted. So it's rare that a happy place for me seems to last forever. I mean, even with like newer groups like New Selena, like they fell apart. It seems like nothing lasts. My positivity is fleeting. It's literally that like one meme where it's like that really happy person, but um, they're like having trouble like keeping up the act that they're positive, like that they're really struggling to keep the act because like they want to be positive because they want I guess do something good, like I'm want to do something good with my To Be Human podcast and everything I've done, um but due to the constant bad stuff that's always going on, it's eroding at that facade, you know, and it's not a facade out of malice or ill content or to you know trick people. Like it does seem like they do want potentially help, but it's just impossible to keep the act up forever when everything goes to hell all the time. It's it's an uphill battle. So, I always try to, stay positive, you know, especially in these podcasts, but, it's being like bloody hard to stay positive all the time. It's it's impossible sometimes. It's not great sometimes. Yeah. Uh, uh, but yeah. Um, yeah. Um, but, sometimes it's better to be positive than negative because bad things are always going to happen. So, it's best to try and stay positive, even if the world will throw a million bad things in your direction. It's just, you know, best to try and stay positive and try and, I guess, do whatever good you can. That's what I try to do every day. It's what I've been trying to do for so long. And if I succeed or not, I'll never really know. As far as I can tell, I haven't. It's really like, because, numbers, may show, that I have risen, but, is it enough? Will it ever be enough? But I guess I have made some people happy, like Judgmental Critic being one, so maybe I haven't entirely failed. Maybe I haven't, yet failed in my goal. So I'm gonna keep trying. Will I succeed or not? And yeah, I will always try. Because if you don't try, you can't succeed. And, it's more than, I guess, trying, I'm doing, this stuff. I am actively putting effort towards it. So I guess there's no try. Like Yoda says, it's do or do not. There is no try. Because I'm actively, doing the podcast or whatever to try and help. So yeah. And hopefully it makes at least someone happy. But yeah, positivity, you gotta try and keep it strong, especially in these times. And yeah. It may be a uphill battle sometimes, but positivity will get us through. And keep your brain positive. And yeah. But yeah. Either way, yeah, I don't have much else to say then. Just try and stay positive, like, just try and be happy and, do good, and hopefully, more people will try and do the same, and hopefully, things will get better. The contradictory nature of life can be hard, but we can make it through. We can hopefully, you know, get, a happy ending. Because a happy ending is, not just, like, you know, let's go with the stereotypical, the prince marries the princess. That's an old one and kind of outdated. But the happy ending where everything is just seemingly magically alright. Because that isn't often, true, because life is finite. And happy ending, a true happy ending, means just, you know, time for, things to, wind down until death, your final experiences, hopefully most of them good before you do finally die. Obviously, there'll probably be a few bad ones left in the bucket before you leave existence. But yeah, um, hopefully your ending will be good. You get to end it with friends and family, and grow old. You know, whether it be with someone special, alone, because it's perfectly fine to. But hopefully, at least you'll have a friend or family and won't die completely alone. But even if you have to die in, you know, alone, relatively, like, hopefully the memories of the people you once did know and love will still be there and get you through to the end. And yeah, hopefully it'll be fine. You never know. You never know. Anyway, that'll be it for the Our Podcast. Until next time, peace, thank you, and goodbye.